Hello class, today we will be talking about more in detail about the Paris Peace Accords. So the Paris Peace Accords was an agreement between North Vietnam, or the Viet Cong, the Provisional Revolutionary Government of the Republic of South Vietnam, and the United States to bring an end to the Vietnam War. So all parties signed an agreement ending the war and restoring peace in Vietnam in Paris on January 27, 1973. However, due to South Vietnam's unwillingness to recognize the Viet Cong's Provisional Revolutionary Government, all references to the Viet Cong's Provisional Revolutionary Government were confined to a two-party version of the document signed by North Vietnam and the United States. The South Vietnamese were presented with a separate document that did not make reference to the Viet Cong government. This was part of Saigon's long-time refusal to recognize the Viet Cong as a legitimate participant in the discussions to end the war. The settlement included a ceasefire throughout Vietnam. In addition, the United States agreed to the withdrawal of all U.S. troops and advisors and the dismantling of all U.S. bases within 60 days. In return, the North Vietnamese agreed to release all U.S. and other prisoners of war. Both sides agreed to the withdrawal of all foreign troops from Laos and Cambodia, and the prohibition of bases in and troop movements throughout these countries. It was agreed that the demilitarized zone at the 17th parallel would remain a provisional dividing line, with eventual reunification of the country through peaceful means. An International Control Commission would later be established to supervise the agreement. According to the agreement, South Vietnamese President Nguyen Van Thieu would continue in office pending elections. The North Vietnamese agreed to let the South Vietnamese self-determinate and said they would not initiate military movement across the demilitarized zone and that there would be no use of force to reunify the country. So despite all the negotiation efforts and agreements, the Paris Peace Accords did not take effect thoroughly. As a matter of fact, it was violated by both South and especially North Vietnam, as North Vietnamese troops and the Viet Cong gradually attacked South Vietnam again. 2 years later, after the Accords, the Communist North Vietnamese forces captured Saigon and ended the long 30-year war on April 30, 1975, which is also known as the Fall of Saigon. Questions?